Hi guys, welcome to Mr. Cloudbook channel. So sorry for the delay of the DevOps Masterclass videos, and I'm unable to update the videos in the meanwhile because I have the exam of the Certified DevSecOps Professional, so which is completed, and after that I was busy with my office works, I mean the job works, and recently I selected as the AWS Community Builder as well. So sorry for the delay in the videos. So today we are going to talk about the fifth day of the DevOps Masterclass. So I already have the four videos, which is first one is what is DevOps and how Facebook chooses the dark launching techniques like that. That is the first one, day one video, and second day that is continuous development, and third is continuous testing, and fourth one is day four, that is continuous integration. And today we are going to talk about the continuous deployment and continuous monitoring. So we are going to discuss about this in this video, and after that we are going to talk about Git and Ansible. I will explain detailed way. So maybe it will be late, but I will update the videos. It will be more useful for you to easy to understand the DevOps in the simple way. And we are going to talk about the continuous deployment. So continuous deployment is related to the continuous integration, and it refers to keep your application deployable at any point of time. So we can deploy the application from at any point of the time. Okay, which will related with the continuous integration. And with the help of the I mean continuous integration, we are building our project, and with the help of the I mean with the continuous deployment, we are building the image, and I mean with the continuous development we are building the image, and we are building that application as well. With the help of the Docker images, we build the application, right? So that is the process. And with this we are deploying the application on the QA servers, I mean quality analysis servers or assurance servers. So after QA servers we will test it on the staging, and we will test it on the development environment, and we will do some stress testing, because the application on how it's handling the stress, so how many people it can handle the application, so how much traffic it can handle. So we have to check all those things in the after deploying the application in the staging or development environment. So if everything is looks good, we can deploy it to our production server. So as soon as your build is ready, I mean the build process is ready, with the help of the I mean continuous deployment, you can deploy the application on the particular staging environment or QA environment, or we can do the security tests if we want. If we want, we can do the security test also. And we are talking about the future is DevSecOps, right? That's why we need to add more security tests as well. And if all done, and if everything is looks good, and your code is good, your application is good, and quality assurance is good, security tests are all good, so you can deploy the application, or you can deploy the build on the production server. So this is the continuous deployment, the process. Okay, so with I mean continuous integration, we are building our project more frequently, and with CD we are deploying the all the application. So that is the continuous deployment, and you can see the continuous deployment is always continuously works on builds, tests, acceptance test, and deploying to stage, and deploy to development, and finally deploy to production. So once that is done, we are moving to the monitoring section. So after deploying your application, after deploying to the production, you need to monitor your application, how it's going, how it's what CPU usage it's taking. So is all the processor up or running or not, we need to check. So that's why we need the monitoring as well, and we are going to talk about the monitoring a bit. So first we have to build and test stage and deploy. These are the four, and the first one is the main commit stage. So we always committing the new changes to the GitHub repository or GitLab CI/CD. After that we will build the application, we will test the application, and we will deploy into the staging. So for the testing deployment we deploy to the stage, and after that we will deploy onto the production. So this is the process. And with CI means continuous integration, we are building our project more frequently, and with CD we are deploying our application onto the production server. So now we have to discuss about continuous deployment, and we already discussed it, but I will explain in a more detailed way. And continuous monitoring. So continuous deployment is a combination of two parts. One is configuration management and containerization. I explained simply in the starting, but I am going with more deep inside. So before discussing about them, let's talk about CD in simple terms. So when we are saying continuous deployment, then we are talking to deploy the application or our product services across all over the service. So we are deploying means we are deploying onto the application to the complete all over the service. So all over the world we are deploying the application. So if we release in the step by step wise, but we will deploy to the production to the so many people. So if beta application is working good, so we will release the official version to all our the services, right? I mean servers, right? So that is the process. So either on the cloud instances or missions or on the hosted missions, we are deploying our application. So when we are releasing our application to the world on servers, then basically this is called the continuous application deployment. So if we are deploying our application after testing and security tests, everything is done, we are deploying onto the servers. That is called the continuous deployment. This phase will take care of our application deployment on the all cloud mission servers. So the servers could be different environment like staging, QA, or in the production server. So this is responsible for to deploy application on the production server. And now let's talk about more about continuous deployment, which is a part of configuration management and containerization. First, we will discuss about the configuration management. So configuration management is all about to maintain the configuration of your servers, so which will be compatible or suitable for our application requirements. So if you use the T2 micro and T2 medium servers for your application, which is required actually T2 large or T2 2x large or more than the instance type. So if the application is not compatible with that particular instance type, or that doesn't, it requires more than 4 CPU, but you are using 2 CPUs. So then the compatible issues will be raised, right? So the application won't run and it's unable to run the I mean like the image. So that is the issues caused. So that's why we need to check the configuration management first. We can understand configuration management with these 4 bullet points. So first one is establish and maintain application. So we have to establish and maintain application functional requirements and performance. So we have to check so on which CPUs and how many CPUs required, how much RAM is required, what is the storage so what is the storage it requires. So we have to check all these things. After that, we are releasing deployment to servers and scheduling updates on the all servers. And finally, we are maintaining configuration consistency on all servers. So we have to first check the functional requirements and performance for our application, and then we are releasing the deployment to servers. After that, we will deploy the complete on all the servers, and we will schedule the updates to on all the servers. And next, we will maintain the configuration consistency. So sometimes the future updates need more servers, I mean more CPU. Then we will increase the increase the instance type with the help of the Terraform configurations. Okay. So configuration management is Ansible. We can deploy it to the Ansible as well. We can increase the instance type with the Ansible on so many missions at with single command. The second part is containerization. So containerization tool is a test of tools which will maintain the consistency across the environments. So Docker is the first containerization tool, scheduling updates on all servers and maintain configuration consistency on all servers. So this will all these all contains in the Docker. So we don't that's why we will mostly deploy, that's why we will mostly depend on the containerization of Docker. So let's discuss about the continuous monitoring. I think you understand the point of continuous deployment. We will build the application in the CA and we will deploy it through CD. So continuous deployment. So before that we need the configuration management. After that we will do the containerization of the application and we will deploy onto the production servers. And before that we will do the staging and testing and deployment development environments. Okay. So next we will discuss about the continuous monitoring. We will understand the continuous monitoring now a little bit because why we need the monitoring. So if you deployed our application onto the production server, so that is good. and it's working fine, but later you are doing some changes and you're doing the updates, and your system, like the servers, getting the compatibility issues, and your system is down, but you don't know that your system is down. You are thinking that your system is up and running fine, and you are able to see the output, and that is good. But if someone says, like the clients or the users and user interface saying that our application is down, so then only you will know that the application is not working, or the server or the website is not working. So then only you will understand, yeah, our application is not running fine. So how do we know? Before that, even the user interface, I mean, like the, we have to know that our system is down before someone says. So that's why we need the continuous monitoring. So if the user says that your system is down, what is the use of our DevOps engineer? We will do the monitoring, because after deploying the application, we will monitor it. So like the continuous monitoring is the process of regularly observing or checking something over time without stopping. It involves consistently keeping an eye on a something to ensure it remains in a good condition and functions properly or meets certain standards. So if CPU usage is increased more than 80%, it will send the alert. So with the help of the continuous monitoring, with the help of the tools like Grafana, Prometheus, Node Exporter, Promptail, I mean Loki, so Grafana Tempo, these are all the tools. We will get the notification with the help of the alert manager to your channels. Like you can use the Slack, Telegram, or Google, or anything. You will get the notification that your CPU is increased or your server is down. Before that, we have to check the logs and everything. So this is the use of the continuous monitoring. So we have to check the logs why our system is down, and that is the use of the continuous monitoring. So it will store your logs and everything. So for example, imagine you have a pet fish. In a simple words, continuous monitoring will involve regularly checking the temperature and cleanliness of this fish tank. So making sure the fish is healthy and feeding it regularly. By doing this, you ensure the well-being of your pet fish and maintain a suitable environment for it to thrive. If you are raising a pet, so you have to check its health, right? So is it having the food daily, or we are giving the food daily or not? So if the temperature or the environment in the aquarium is not good, so then the fish will die, right? So you are not monitoring your fish. So you are just raising the fish and just leaving that, it will leads to death of that fish. But we have to monitor it completely. So in some complex situations, continuous monitoring might involve using technology or specialized tools to track various parameters or performance metrics. For instance, in a manufacturing plant, sensors can continuously monitor factors like temperature, pressure, and quality control measures to ensure the production process runs smoothly and products meets the required standard. So we have to use the Grafana tools or the monitoring tools to monitor your application throughout the process. Okay. So it's like a continuous monitoring. We have to check those. So what is the usage of the CPU, and what is the usage of the memory, why it's increasing suddenly, why it's downing abruptly. So like that we need to do the monitoring. So continuous monitoring is important because it helps to identify the issues or problems early on, so allowing for prompt action to prevent further problems or damage. So if your system is down, you can directly say in the maintenance, so we are maintaining the servers. So that is the use. So the user can, okay, so they are maintaining the servers, so we can come after some time and we will again check the website or like that. So if you are not doing anything like providing the maintenance updates without monitoring, so your application will be down and most of the users is not going to use your application. So it also provides the valuable data over the time which can be analyzed to improve processes, enhance efficiency, and make informed decisions. So in summary, continuous monitoring is about staying vigilant and regularly checking on something to maintain its well-being and ensure its proper functioning and make continuous improvements. So with the help of the logs, we can check where it's getting the issues, and we will do the logs, I mean analyze, and we will do the updates in the future plans, and in the future builds we will increase the sizes if it's required. of the CPUs or RAM, or we will remove the code that is causing the issues. This is the use of the continuous monitoring. Okay, so many people don't think that the continuous monitoring is simple. So the monitoring is simple while you know the process of adding the tools and integrating with the other tools. That is the main thing you have to learn. So even adding the alert managers are not that easy. We have to know the queries of the Grafana and Prometheus. So to get the detailed information and the correct information. So this is the use of the continuous monitoring for your application. And let me show the some detailed maps, and I will explain the Grafana thingy. So this is the official phase for your Grafana. So this is the Grafana labs. We can see our application or instance reports, or we can monitor the systems from here. So this is the open source application. You can see there are so many tools. This is Grafana Loki, Grafana Tempo, Grafana Mimir. So we can do anything here. So they have the on-call management as well. So they are supporting this Grafana K6, Prometheus, OpenTelemetry like that, and we can see the dashboards here. If you want, you can see the dashboards here. So these are the basic dashboards, and if you want to see, and you can click on see all dashboards. So if you click on this one, so you can see the videos and everything, and you can see the image as well. This is the firing alerts by the cluster and firing alerts by the namespaces, and we can see the detailed monitoring of our Kubernetes as well. So these are the process, and you can see node exporter full. If we use on an instance to monitor the instance, we can see the output like this: the CPU busy and system load and RAM usage and swap memory that they are using. And we can see basic CPU usage and network traffic. If your someone is accessing your website, you can see the network traffic here also. So this is the node exporter full, means we can do the monitoring on the instance. So we can see this is how we have to add the targets here. So not only that, you can search anything here. These are the Erlang, you can see RabbitMQ stream, core DNS, and alert manager. So you can add the alert manager as well. So you can see the so cluster size is how much, how many active alerts we have, number of active alerts have, and number of suppressed alerts. So number of active silences. This is the process, and we can see different of active manager alerts as well. So this is the use of the continuous monitoring. Okay. Not only this, you can add so many things in the Kubernetes cluster monitoring, Loki stack monitoring, kube state, and you can do the AWS RDS monitoring, API server monitoring. So you can see Kubernetes for Prometheus dashboard. You can see so the cluster detailed output here. So overall core usage, container CPU production, microservice pod. So we can see the more like the container ID here and the IP address of your instance and what is it's using. So what's RAM it's containing. So this is use of the monitoring stuff. Okay. So you can see in the Grafana. So this is the output of the NASA. You can see NASA also using the Grafana. So these are the detailed output. See, and not only these. So many people will use this. Okay, so this is the NASA Grafana monitoring. So they will monitor. So we can see this. So some different people use in the different way how they can see. So they are adding the different kinds of the graphs and monitoring stuff. You can see they have the healthy. See, so we can monitor the GitLab CI as well. Okay, so let me show. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here I will search, or we can directly give the GitLab enter. So GitLab CI pipelines. So how many jobs it's running. So we can see which job is taking how much time. So we can add on to the any servers. Okay. So this is the GitLab CI jobs. So if you are adding your shared runners to the Grafana, you can see the output like this. So how many? So this job on this particular branch, it's taking 1 minute 55 seconds. It is still running. So how many failed cases, how many successes, we can see the all the projects here. So this is the use of the Grafana monitoring. And not only this, we have the so many other things. So this is the use of the GitLab runner metrics. So we can see uh, so globally current jobs, how many jobs this is done in the last 1 hour, like that we can see that is also from the monitoring stuff. And we can see Docker container. I mean, we can see the Docker container status also. You can see Docker registry. So so the total cache request, what is the Docker started ago? 2 days it started. So we can add how many containers that are running on the present instance, like that also with the help of the Grafana thingy. So this is the use of the continuous monitoring. So we can add the monitor stuff. So to see which container is down, which container is up, and how many containers it is running. So what are the existing containers, all those things in the help of the continuous monitoring we can check, and we will resolve the issues before the users knows. Okay, so this is the use of the continuous monitoring. And we already, I think you understand the concept of continuous deployment and continuous monitoring. So after deploying we will do the monitoring. So thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting to Mr. Cloudbook channel.